Alright, ladies and gentlemen, here we are in Dreamflux Reef because the 3.1 APOC Shadow has just released. Now, as some of you will know, we were not able to clear the 3.0 APOC Shadow because it was just way too annoying for us, but we are hoping that 3.1 will go differently for us today. The two teams we're going to be using is on the first half, we're going to be using a BOOTHILL Sunday ruan gallagher team along with the speed buff. Could technically also go for this one because it will advance our action once we break all the dice. But I would rather just get the speed buff because it will help out all of our allies, and then also when we are targeting aventurine when he's broken, this should be more useful. And then on the second, also we could obviously go for a Fei Xiao team here, but I am choosing not to do that right now. I just want to try BOOTHILL because it's been a while since I've used BOOTHILL and I feel like I've been using a lot of Fei Xiao recently. And then on the second half, we are going to be going for Acheron because her and Jingliu are probably the two units we have who can clear this right now, but I have more faith in our Acheron than I do our Jingliu, and then obviously we'll be picking up the skill and ultimate damage buff as well. So yeah, with that being said, let's just hop right into it. Alright, and here we are on the first side up against aventurine with our BOOTHILL. Just gotta hope that this goes well. I mean, stage 3 went really easily, which, you know, is always what you like to see. Okay, he's gonna sap our energy here a little bit, but there's not much we can do about this. What I have to see here is whether BOOTHILL can one-shot this first dice. Considering we don't have any super break damage, I actually doubt that he will be able to. If we take a look at our break fare real quick, we do actually have 250, which is nice for us. I mean, 300 would be cool, but 250 good enough in my eyes. And okay, that does not kill, which is unfortunate, so we are gonna have to take an extra turn in order to do that, but we do get our ultimate here. I doubt our ultimate's gonna let us one-shot this either, but on the bright side, it will at least let us get an extra stack. And the answer is no, it does not. Oh, I forgot, because we didn't skill, it doesn't count as getting a stack either. Okay, slight misplay by me. Actually, we're probably going to be able to take this out here with Gallagher. I mean, he's not going to be doing much damage because there is no super break enabler on this team. But maybe it will be just enough, so we will actually be able to, you know, get a little bit of a bonus toughness bar break off and increase our score a little bit, which is very useful here. And now we can get our third stack for BOOTHILL. This should one-shot, yeah, and of course it does. And we can also ult on Sunday. The reason why I waited to use Sunday's ult is we don't really need the damage increase from his ultimate because it won't increase our break damage. But if we ult on his turn, then it will allow us to have better SP economy, so you know we can spam out more skills if we need to, and that does actually break the dice. Now I am gonna go for breaking Aventurine's weakness bar here. Unfortunately, it doesn't lower his action, which is slightly unfortunate because I would have liked to avoid the energy reduction, but what can you do? Anyway, we will be breaking his weakness here. That was a lot of damage right there. Now, of course, we're not going to be seeing as high numbers as we normally would with a BOOTHILL because, I mean, first of all, E0S0, but second of all, no super break whatsoever on this team. But I do feel like that's the nice thing about BOOTHILL. He isn't tied to super break. I would normally use Harmony MC, but the reason why I'm not is because there's no imaginary weakness here. And I find that if there's no imaginary weakness or fire weakness in order to enable Gallagher to do more, then I don't actually think that that Harmony MC is worth it. So I do just go for Sunday instead. We are going to use our ultimate here on our BOOTHILL. Don't think this is going to do much damage. Nope, only 5%, but maybe that extra bit of damage will be helpful in the future. We will have to wait and see. Since we do have a few skill points to spare, I might as well just ult here on our Ruan Mei, and he survives on 1 HP. You've got to be kidding me. Okay, that means that we will be wasting a little bit of AV here. You know what, if only I had skilled on Gallagher to get his ultimate and then his basic attack, we would have taken this guy down, so that is going to lower our AV ever so slightly, but what can you do about that? Anyway, we do have to go again with breaking all of the die. We are just going to use Gallagher's ultimate here. It's annoying that he lived on 1 HP, but what can you do, I guess? Torture, but it is what it is. I mean, on the bright side, we were able to take him down before Aventurine got his weakness back. If he did get his weakness back, then we would quite frankly be screwed right now. So yeah, that's good stuff. Okay, we are definitely gonna go for the 10 dice here because we do want to wait to get the ×2 a bit later down the line, and of course we don't break it. Yeah, like I said, I don't want to waste the ×2 right now. It is unlucky that the ultimate doesn't kill that, but what can we really do? I am glad that I actually much prefer Aventurine in APOC Shadow. I actually quite like him in APOC Shadow. I despise him in Memory of Chaos because he just wastes so many cycles. It's so annoying. Anyway, I think maybe we go for the ×2 here and we do actually get it, which is nice. And I think if we ult the 8, actually, do I want to go for the 8? No, I don't want to go for the 8. I want to go for the 22. Because 8 would not help us whatsoever. Hopefully we can one-shot this, and 94. Oh, we do. Okay, perfect. Now all we need to do is just take out this dice, and Aventurine's weakness will be revealed. There we go. Okay, cool. He does take away our energy, which means Sunday will be slightly low on energy, which is unlucky. I don't think we break weakness here. No, we do not. But luck, obviously, we do get an extra turn thanks to Sunday. Again, I am just going to wait to use my ultimate on him. We are going to break Aventurine right here, and we are doing more damage because we do have more die broken this time. We are going to use our ult once again. Actually, maybe I should have waited for Sunday ult. Actually, no, because I'd rather just unload my ultimate straight away. So, yeah, no regrets there. Get all of our buffs up now, basically. I'm just going to skill here. Oh, okay, we don't get Gallagher's ultimate. That's unlucky, but it shouldn't cause too much of an issue anyway. 491k there. Obviously, we're doing more damage than we would in MOC with this team because of his weakness being broken. But anyway, 498k there once again. Now we can use Gallagher's ultimate one more time. And now we should be able to get off a BOOTHILL skill, basic, and then ult. Let's see. Oh, we actually have 173 speed here, so I am happy with the 10% speed buff. I'm not sure if that gives us a useful breakpoint, but it doesn't really matter. Okay, he is left on 2% HP, but we do ultimate here, and that saves us a little bit of AV because we do actually manage to kill him there, dealing 120k. And there we go, 3,385 on the second half. Nice, 3.3k is what you're aiming for, so we got just over what we wanted. And now it's time to move on to the second half. Okay, here we are in the second half. I did actually restart because I felt like we got off to a bit of a slow start. So, yeah, we do still have the 3,385 from the first half, but anyway, okay, unfortunately these guys will sap our energy just before we get to take our turns. Can I actually see these guys' speed stats? The answer is no. Okay, that's unlucky. I'd have to look at other websites in order to get those, but yeah, that does deny us from getting jiaoqiu's ultimate up, and obviously pela's as well, which is unlucky because it means that our Acheron won't be able to get any debuffs on her ult, which is not what you want to see here. I mean, we will still do decent damage because, I mean, it's 5 targets and we do already have a buff from, obviously, the buff we took before we came in here, but we could do so much more damage if we actually had some of our defense shred up. Also, I did start off with pela's technique just because it will reduce their defense by 20% at the start, which, will always be useful. We will try get this guy on the right's weakness down a little bit more, or rather his bar towards weakness breaking himself. It's definitely a weird boss. Okay, we still don't have pela's ultimate, which is unlucky, but at least we're not ulting anytime soon. Yeah. Oh, actually, I just realized I could have used my ult there because not only was he gonna get rid of it, whatever. We are misplaying here a little bit, but it's fine. It shouldn't cost us too much. Luckily, we do have a little bit of leeway granted to us by the first half, but luckily we do have all of our debuffs now, and it's just in time. I actually could have waited for Aventurines. It's fine. It shouldn't do too much of a difference, but let's see. Yeah, now we deal basically double the damage we were earlier, so yeah, it definitely does suck that these guys are reducing our energy before we get to go. I don't know what speed I'd actually need because I know my jiaoqiu's on 159 and I think pela's on 155. Maybe if both were on 160, if I gave them like double speed, if we had Sakados and Hackerspace, then maybe we'd be able to go before them, but I guess, it is what it is. Okay, we are getting closer to breaking these guys' weakness, which you like to see. The question is, can we do it before we need to ult on Acheron? The answer is probably not, because these guys are about to have their turn. So I feel like we just need to send it here. Maybe if I don't know how many more enemies I have to break in order for the entire weakness bar to actually break. If I knew it was just one more, then I probably would have targeted the guy on the left of the dinosaur, but I don't feel like that's going to end up being the case. So yeah, I mean, we'll basically see here, I think. Yeah, he is going to go down. So did we misplay or not? The answer is, oh, this guy's weakness also breaks. So actually, I don't think we may... I don't know. Maybe I misplayed there, maybe not. Let's just hope it doesn't change the final outcome. I mean, I basically never play fully perfectly, which means most of my clears probably can be improved upon. Anyway, aventurine ult here, and that will give us another Acheron ult. And now that all of their weaknesses are broken, and we do have all of our debuffs up, then yeah, there we go. 808k and 2.3 million. We will take those. That's the one funny thing about APOC Shadow. The damage numbers you see are just so weird that, you know, it's hard to tell whether enemies are getting harder or not. Like, if you just look at the HP stats, then, you know, it's like, wow, they deal so much damage, but then sometimes they just have such strange mechanics like this one. I mean, there definitely still is HP inflation in APOC Shadow. I still want to do a discussion about power creep in Hades Hub. I feel like so many people talk about that's just kind of covered to death and a bit annoying, but at the same time I would also want to give my take as someone who's been a day one free to play. But at the same time, I just want to prioritize clearing content first, and I also need to make a tribute clear, because like I mentioned, you know, we couldn't clear 3.0 because we just didn't do enough damage on our first half. The only character we could use was Acheron, and I do think that Tribi actually maybe could have been better, because obviously they do have some lightning res, and with Tribi's buffs, you know, maybe we could deal more damage and get enough to just about scrape 6.6 thousand, but I'm not sure if we were going to be able to, so I just never bothered. I did want to make the power creep video at the end of last version, but then I just decided to wait until this APOC Shadow. I still don't know what I want to do. I definitely, before we talk about power creep, I definitely do want to do a video about Tribi, because obviously we did just pull her, and I do actually want to make a showcase of her first, so that's probably higher up the priority list. And then, so yeah, that's probably going to be a pure fiction video. We will see, we'll see what I do. I feel like by the end of 3.1 I probably would have given my take on power creep, so I don't want to say too much just yet. Anyway, we are going decently well here. Let's see. Okay, we are gonna break one more of these guys' weaknesses. This does actually mean that we're probably gonna be able to break all of these guys before the big attack goes off, because oh, okay, we get Aventurine's ultimate here, which is nice, because that means we can just send it here. He's also gonna give us a follow-up attack, and then when we attack on Acheron, we will be able to break the dinosaur once again. I do wish if you manage to weakness break all of them at the same time, it deals extra damage. Actually, maybe it just did. I don't know. Or extra toughness bar damage, rather. Anyways, oh, we are missing a skill point on Pela. That is not nice. I rather use Pela's skill, just because her E4 obviously does give us the thing where she applies Ice Res on her skill, which actually counts as an extra debuff. And the fact that she can basically 2-ton ultimate and give us a debuff on E means that she generates stacks quite quickly. Obviously, if you had Pearl, the defense shred, the light cone, that would also be useful. But the thing is, even though I've been playing for, we're coming up on 2 years now. Like, it's been like what, 22 months basically of play, nearly 23 months, and I still don't have a single Pearl light cone on this account, which in my opinion is insane. Anyway, these guys' weakness should break right about now. There we go. And we do actually get an Acheron ult straight away, which is perfect timing if you ask me. So we might as well just send that here. And we're going to deal around... Ooh, I think we missed a crit there, because we only dealt 2 million damage. This is why I quite like the Sunday team, because he basically gives us 100% crit rate. Because we do have all of our debuffs here on all of the enemies, I believe. So it's not that we were missing any debuffs. Instead, I do think we just missed a crit, which you never like to see. It is definitely unlucky, but what can you do, I guess. Okay, if we whittle these guys down a bit more, okay, we get another pela ult, which is nice. Pela will be going quite soon here. So what I think I'm actually going to do is I think I'm going to basic here on jiaoqiu because that will give us a stack anyway. And then skill on aventurine so that we can get our ult up on him. Hopefully that doesn't throw and instead saves us a little bit of time. And now we can skill again on pela. And then I think we basic again here on jiaoqiu because again the extra energy from his skill won't do anything for us. Basic here and then one more skill of pela as well as the ult, and now we can also Acheron ult. 1266 should just about be enough to scrape by, and the answer is okay, we do it with 2.2 million damage, and there we go, 6,651 score, just enough to get all 3 stars. This is the first time we have fully cleared an endgame mode since okay, wait. No. This is the first time we've managed to full star a endgame mode since 3.0, because 2.1 to 2.7, so ever since Acheron's release, we were able to full star everything: APOC Shadow, Memory of Chaos, Pure Fiction. And in version 3.0 we were able to full star nothing. Hopefully when My Day releases he will help us to full star the current MOC, then also Tribute will carry us to full stars in Pure Fiction, but that will have to wait for future uploads. So let's just move on to some character builds and the outro. Alright, well then, as you can see, we were just able to scrape past, unlike in 3.0, although like I said, I do feel like maybe if we tried Tribute and Acheron, maybe it could work, but I just wasn't bothered enough to do it, if I'm being completely honest, because the 3.0 APOC Shadow was just too annoying for me. Anyway, when it comes to our character builds real quick, our BOOTHILL 146 speed will go up to 156 thanks to a ruan, so we do get that extra cycle, which less helpful in APOC Shadow, more so in Memory of Chaos, but that's beyond doesn't matter. We do have him on a 5-star Lycon just as a statistic for survivability. Traces, maxed out, relics. You know, I'm very happy with relics. We do hit the 250 break effect even without using Watchmaker or without using Harmony MC. So we do have basically 250 guaranteed. All we need is a ruan Mei on our team. And then for Eidolons, E0, obviously like all of the units here. ruan Mei 158 speed. You know, fair bit of break effect. She would have more if Remembrance MC was here, but isn't. Or not Remembrance, rather Harmony MC, which I feel like is the entire reason why Fugue exists. And yeah. Anyway, 2p speed and 2p break effect, as well as Penacony, just because I want the 5% extra energy regen. Eidolons, E0, and then for our Sunday, wherever he is, where is Chicken Wing Boy? There he is. 137 speed, so he isn't speed tuned to our team. This is just his normal build, but it was good enough for us anyway, since it doesn't really matter as much in APOC Shadow as it would in Memory of Chaos. For Lycons, he is on the battle, but the battle is over, aka Bronya's signature Lycon is on the Sakados set. Like I said, he is just on his regular build. There is nothing special about Sunday in this team. The entire thing is just he gives energy, and he also gives our BOOTHILL action forward, and he's a bit more SP positive than Bronya, hence why we are using him over Bronya. And then finally for our Gallagher, his build won't really matter here as well, but he is on 147 speed, so he goes right before BOOTHILL. I was gonna say right after, but that's not true. Traces, this is how they're looking. These are enough for him to be a good enough sustain. He is on a super break build, but obviously since there's no Harmony MC here, he's not actually doing any super break damage, so this doesn't actually really matter. And then he is also E6. And then when it comes to our second half team, our Acheron 107 speed, 65 crit, 167 crit damage. Obviously these will go up in battle because of a lot of external buffs. Good Night Sleep well, S3. Trace is mostly maxed out. Skill could have a little bit extra. Relics, you know, not the best if I'm being honest. I mean, they're okay, but there are much better Acherons. I mean, my Face Shower is much better than my Acheron, and I have not been farming her for anywhere near as long. For our jiaoqiu, he is on 159 speed, so it's honestly surprising he wasn't able to outspeed the summons, but what can you do? S4, Eyes of the Prey for the extra effect hit rate, because we are hitting the 140% plus effect hit rate, which you do want to get. Ult and talent maxed out, skill a little bit left because it's just a little damage increase. He is on 2p speed and then 2p rainbow. Obviously nowadays we could put him on 2p speed and another 2p speed, but I've just not been bothered enough to do that. He is on HP percent here instead of attack, which because you know I'd rather him be more sustainable, because recently endgame content has been hitting harder, so you know I do want my jiaoqiu surviving. And then when it comes to our pela build, 150 ally speed, would like 156 speed, but you know, we'll look into that hopefully, maybe later on down the line. Oh, I actually don't even have her alt maxed out. I keep forgetting I need to do this, but I keep forgetting. Whoops. I mean, it is only a 1% defense shred. Don't know how worth it is, but yeah, honestly, it's probably not the biggest priority right now. I am more focused on leveling up my Tribby and getting some good relics for our upcoming Tribby and Caster's build. And then, but yeah, that's it for, actually, no, wait, I forgot Aventurine. Aventurine's on 155 speed. He has a little bit of effect hit rate here because he is also on the trend of the Universal Lightcone Market Lightcone. And then Traces maxed out, and then Night Set, and then full defense. And of course, E0. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed, found this helpful, and I will see you guys next time. See ya.